which I can only assume has made things seem far worse than they actually are. Because all that aside, well, I quite liked it. Like I said, we're not dealing with anything that's beyond the rating of okay at best, but in terms of visceral, in-the-moment personal enjoyment, I found this to be good fun. My biggest criticism would be how tonally confused it is. It feels like the filmmakers are aiming for a Matthew Vaughn, Kingsman Kick-Ass type vibe, but the script just isn't there, and its lazy plotting and runtime leaves us with an awful lot of promise and not much execution. But still, I enjoyed the action, I found Eisenberg funny enough, I even bought the chemistry between him and Stewart, and I won't lie, Topher Grace is awesome in this. Clearly the director just told him to be angry all the time, and while there's next to no reasoning or motivation behind his character whatsoever, he gives it 110%, and holy shit does it entertain. Legend is a biopic surrounding the rise of British gangsters, the Kray twins, and features Tom Hardy in the lead roles playing both characters Ronald and Reginald. I'd like to imagine the most significant thing this is seeking to offer are those two performances, which are truly magnificent, and in that aspect, Legend is a hell of a watch. You forget you're watching the same actor, they do a lot of clever things with the camera work, and I can't recall one bad effect throughout the entire runtime, but none of that would have mattered if Hardy couldn't pull it off, and this is definitely one of the more standout moments of his career. Hey, remember Star Trek Nemesis? That said, the story is a bit predictable and cookie cutter. This does of course bring to attention the frustration behind critiquing biopics. It's entirely possible that the way the events transpire in the film is the way that they played out in real life, but a critic's job is to review the movie we have in front of us, and from where I sit, the narrative is a little weak. Script-wise, however, I do think something extra has been added in terms of ambiguity with the twins as characters, in the sense that two men whom were definitely bad people do exhibit moments of compassion and kindness, that shade of grey being something Compton got wrong, and it works in adding that extra bit of fat to the screenplay that should allow material like this to stand the test of time. While I admittedly didn't love it, it's still a solid, intense and occasionally funny view, if a bit too long. There's nothing particularly transcendent story-wise that you haven't seen before, and there's an ongoing voiceover narration I'm not sure entirely works either, but Hardy's performance really does impress. Also, enjoy the pub fight because boy is that terrific. Cheers for watching guys, and as always if you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel.